Close your eyes and imagine you're home alone. You hear a loud sound in the backyard. You can't identify it. But the people who are trained to help you, you're just as scared of them. What do? Do you take a chance and call the people who are supposed to rescue you in these times? Or do you wait to see if someone will come in your home and harm you? Today I'll be talking to you about Sonia Massey, a black woman who lost her life just for one phone call, the phone call for help. Sonia Massey was a black woman. She called the police because she heard a loud sound in her yard, but she couldn't identify it. She was so scared to answer the door that the police had to knock several times. When she finally opened the door, she came out and she immediately said, "Please do not hurt me." The officer, already aggressive, said, "Why would I hurt you? You called us." She said, "Okay." The officer then noticed that she had a car with a broken window in her yard. And he said, "Do you want to tell me about that?" And she said, "Yes." He said, "Can we come in?" So Sonia let the officers in. Now, we've already seen how Sonia was scared for the police to approach her, but now she's letting them in her home. They asked Sonia for her ID. Sonia sat on her couch, went through her purse, looking for her ID. The police then looked to the side and noticed that she had a pot of boiling water on the stove. He said, "You want to get that?" She said, "What?" He said, "You have a pot of water on the stove." So she hopped up, she ran, she got the water off the stove, but then she noticed something. The officer was stepping back. She then looked at the officer and playfully said, "What are you doing?" Playfully said it, but she was very confused. He said, "I'm walking away from the hot water." She said, "You're walking away from the hot water?" He said, "Yes." She said, while putting the pot of water down, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." The officer then pulls out his gun and says, "You better effing not, or I'll shoot you in your head." Sonia then dropped the hot water and ducked because she feared for her life even more. Everything that she thought was going to happen is now in play. She ducks and put her hand up. And even though the officer seen her put her hand up, even though the officer seen that she no longer had the pot of water in her hand, he begins to shooting Sonia in her head. After the officer shot Sonia in her head, he then tells her, "Drop the water." But you can see that she's down. It was nothing else she could do. He then tells the officer that, "I'm not taking hot water to the face." Now, we've talked about the events that happened afterwards. After Sonia allowed these officers that were supposed to protect her into her home. So now I tell you how we, the black community, are enraged by this action. We are always made to feel like our life does not matter. But when we scream, "Black Lives Matter," no one understands it. It doesn't mean that anyone else's life is less than ours. It just means that we want to be seen as a person, just like everyone else. Just like everyone else. We want to matter to not just the world, to the people who are sworn to protect our lives. Now, Sonia's life was taken senselessly by someone who shouldn't have. He shouldn't have even been working because he had been fired from multiple places because of his actions. But we, the Black community, we will not stop. We will not stop until we are seen as human, like you, like everyone else. Thank you.